Hello, good peoples of the internet. Today I have a very special guest on our podcast. It's no other than Jonas Kalinauskas from WildFit. He's a part of the WildFit global team and they are offering nutrition coaching. But it's not just your ordinary nutrition coaching because it's much more than just a meal plan supported by some exercise. This is going to be something you've never heard before unless you've done a program with Jonas himself. And I encourage you to stay and listen, especially if you're looking to lose weight, get in shape, or just simply live a more healthy life. Welcome to the show, Jonas.
Nice to be here.
Jonas, tell the audience a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your background? How did you come to do what you do?
Actually, I'm a WildFit coach already 3 years, and 4 or 5 years ago, the WildFit was first time came into my head. What it is, what's about, and I was also skeptical that another thing which is about the healthy lifestyle and so on. And actually, I am the guy who is like always have a little bit overweight, 10 kilos heavier than everybody else. Always try to do something to improve my body weight composition in the beginning. But also, when you are young, you don't look so much at your health, you just have it. And then when you start noticing that not so much energy you have anymore and you start to look what to do. So I'm really glad that WildFit came up into my life and it become my passion up to these days. It's not only about that, actually. What's happened, coaching practice, notice that working with people, able to help them, able to inspire them, that is kind of fulfilling me personally. When we have coaching sessions, group sessions, one-on-one sessions, it doesn't matter on what state I was before the coaching session. After that, 99% of the cases, I feel more passionate, more energetically improved, energized after this. So that was one of the things which I need to say yes more to what I do, and that's become my business.
That's fantastic. And due to this coaching, I understand that you also not only lost weight, but you even ended up moving country and now you run your business from the Canary Islands.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things because my WildFit business is completely online. We do video calls and also all the materials are in the video and format. So I'm able to be at wherever I want in the world. And I always dreamed to be somewhere a little bit warmer or at least steady warm temperature all the time. In Lithuania, we don't have that. And here it's amazing. So I'm really grateful that this is an ability for me to create that life that I can enjoy.
Sounds amazing, Jonas. And I know you're loving it as well. So it's great that you were able to do this. And I also know you're a bit of a social media celebrity. So can you tell us a little bit about how did that happen?
Well, I don't know. I don't consider that myself so much. It's kind of just to show up, for the people and to make a content which they enjoy. But I also noticed that I'm really enjoy to express myself through video format, to show up my way of thinking, to show up my idea, to send a message by recording myself and sending to the audience. When I record, I always thinking about the person who's watching it, who might benefit from that, who might like it. Sometimes I think the most success was on TikTok when I started to upload recipes from my kitchen. Just put the phone with the tripod on and start to, casually making some things and then just shorten them really, really, really tight up to minute maximum too. And people gonna just love that. So yeah, that's was the.
But don't be afraid because WildFit is not just about recipes and I'm not here to promote the program. However, I have to tell you because we had a conversation, we had more than one conversations with Jonas. Actually, we had many conversations along the last few months. And WildFit is really not just about recipes. So stay tuned because we're about to find out what WildFit is about. But before we do that, what's your professional background? So before you were a coach, what did you do?
Yeah, well, I have a bachelor degree on electronic engineering and then master degree on the electrical engineering automation systems. So I have really technical background, analytic mind. That become my part of my business and career in the automation component sales. I was involved in the company from the beginning, and I also become a shareholder of that company for helping factories to get enough components or right machinery for them to for their manufacturing to work. It's kind of big shift. And what I noticed and what I told you in the beginning, it's some sort of inner passion, which is like expressing myself when doing that. In the corporate world, it felt like it's the company versus company conversations. And I'm kind of wanted more person to person. This is what happened.
That's really beautiful. When you studied electric engineering, like were you already into video? Like were you tinkering with video cameras, recording stuff, or did that come later?
I guess I kind of always have it in me. What it become, I was in one public speaking seminar and I was sitting in the front row because I would like to learn to know to speak better, but I also noticed that I'm really afraid to speak publicly and to express myself. And when so much people watching, I was so shy and so on. But I really like to learn, maybe how it's voice variations and so on. And that guy, he said, just go and try it, practice. And he said, join Toastmasters. Okay, Toastmasters, who is that? I heard some of these guys that okay, like next day I just found out the club in my town, gone to that Toastmasters, and there it's like really supportive people where everybody just cheer you up. Doesn't matter if you are just a really, really beginner, afraid of public speaking and expressing vocally, like say in front of audience. And I kind of felt like, wow, what I am and how I expressing myself, it's nice. It's really good feeling. So I was hooked on that. And from that, I started to be more open to who I am. Video content and everything was just natural.
That's really fantastic that you can show up as yourself and be yourself in front of the camera. And for those of you that don't know, Toastmasters is a social organization where people turn up and they deliver speeches to improve their public speaking ability, and they get feedback from the group how to improve, and they get to practice in front of a warm audience who is supportive of their growth. It's a really fantastic organization for networking as well, and I highly recommend it to anybody who haven't visited the chapter yet to just go and check it out and experience it for yourself. It is a really positive experience and a great vibe as well. I appreciate you went through that. Like you said, practice makes perfect. Whatever you do in life, it's one thing to know the theory. You may have read books on driving, but until you actually start driving, you're probably not going to be very good at that. And you definitely don't start on a racetrack after reading a book. Such as life, everything else was the same way.
Yeah, I actually just remember a nice story about one of my public speaking trainings. After that, it was like just gone like a roller coaster. I also signed up for the 1.5-year public speaking academy, some sort of things where we gather for the whole day, once a month, and did all the crazy exercises. One of the exercises really stood up. The idea was to cross over your boundaries. And they gave us personalities like completely opposite. I was supposed to be a rude guy, with the swear words and everything, and I need to just deliver really simple story. Content doesn't matter, but we needed to do it completely opposite from ourselves. What is also happening that the task for everybody else was to support as hell, like really supporting, like, yeah, you're doing really good and everything. And that energy was stood up so high, and I was in completely different role delivering that content. They are like grabbing it. It's kind of artificial, but you still feel it real and cross that boundary. Another exercise was to deliver your talk with the opera voice, like so that's also kind of crazy. And when you crossing those lines, and what you notice when you reach your boundaries, you are more comfortable because you was just way out of them. So I really like that kind of it's up to now still getting the goosebumps from that exercise back then. Sometimes it's like you can go much further from your comfort zone, and that comfort zone just expanding, and you just feel more comfortable everywhere.
That's right. That's like with everything else. You push the boundaries and eventually that becomes your comfort zone. Your limits start expanding by pushing the boundaries. It doesn't mean that you need to operate always on the edge because it's causing continued stress and that's detrimental. But from time to time, pushing those boundaries, gradually expanding them is actually essential for your growth. So I fully agree with that, whether it is public speaking or whether it is nutrition. So let's dive into the nutrition part. Now, Jonas, how did you become a nutrition coach from being an electrical engineer?
First of all, as I mentioned I just like always wanted into something, a challenge guy. I really like challenges. Struggling with overweight, check all this body mass index. I was on the obese side. It was heavy, and I already felt that. You come back from work at 6 p.m. and you just want to lay at the bed and just to do not do anything else because you are kind of exhausted. And I was like 30 years,
Wait,
30.
that's from the body mass index when you have that feeling that you finish work and you're unable to do anything? These two things are actually connected?
It's definitely, well, it's, you kind of have quite a lot of your to walk around with that extra weight.
But what if you work in the office? Like then you sit in all day.
Yeah, you're sitting all day, but you need to maintain all that thing. And if you're sitting all day, you're not using your body properly. So you don't ask energy from that. So it's not giving you so much back. When you get older a little bit, what's happened every day, you're not younger. And if you are in a bad shape, you can able increase it. But if you do nothing, you just usually goes 30, 35 years, 40, something like that in these years to start to understand that if I do everything what I do right now, somehow energy is not so in there. So that energy kind of struck me and all this, thing. And my wife is looking at Jonas, you kind of, you got bigger, and said, just look in the mirror. Also, do not kind of like that, what it is. And that WildFit came across. I participated in the challenge. It kind of ignited me. I just want to start to go and talk to everybody else. I lost 17 kilograms there. So I changed, my visual changed completely. I needed to buy new clothes and everything. And energy was through the roof. I start to exercise more. I start to, to do like coming back from work and still able to have more energy. I'm really enjoying by myself. Other people around me also start to try it and everybody else is so happy. And I thought, what if I kind of try to help others to do the same, to inspire them. The first thing what I did, it was, my mom. When I started this WildFit challenge, my mom knew me and said, another thing what you're doing right now. Again, just do not eat anything or start some crazy things. But you notice how it changed in a healthy way, in a much more energetic way. And she said, so what it is? And said, maybe you want to try. Oh, I don't know. And when she said, I don't know, I knew that she's also interested. And I said, okay, but actually, WildFit challenge was only in English then. And she said, I cannot speak English, so not going to happen. I said, no problem. I'm going to translate all the materials, everything for you in Lithuanian, and I'm going to help you pass through it. And so together, I bring my mom, my sister, some other small group of relatives, and I translated everything to Lithuanian, led that challenge as how I imagined. And results was phenomenal. I mean, my mom lost 20 kilos. My sister also got like completely different way of life, and to see how it's a completely new perspective around food. Everybody got so good results. When I noticed that how I can actually inspire others, that day I just signed up for the WildFit coaching. I spent half year learning on how to do it properly with all all the materials behind that and everything, and also much more start to dive into nutrition, into coaching, to get more skills around that. It's not like a medical program. It's not like a dietary program. It's not like a food plan, which is like how much calories and regarding on your body sensitivities and so on. It's more about mindfulness around food. A lot of people already know what to do or what they should do, but they don't do it. So the goal is to help them, to support them, to go together so they can get to the doing part actually, and to try it by yourself. Because when you experience it, when you feel it, you don't forget it. That's how it started, like a ball rolling. Right now, I also started I'm a student again. So I'm on a third year in the Lithuanian Sports University, and I'm studying exercise, nutrition, and stress management. So it's a holistic approach around freestyle sports and the nutrition and how it should be done. So it's really, the more I go also to the articles from the many different areas, I see that it's the main principles align. Actually, WildFit is not some sort of magic pill or some sort of controversial, groundbreaking new things. It's just the behavioral change, what is actually the biggest thing, just to identify what is food to you, how it affects you, what do you want from it, what does your body want from that, and to look more from your body perspective, not only from the taste buds.
I heard you say that at the university you study nutrition exercise, and stress management. How is stress management connected to all of this?
It's really deeply connected, actually. All these three things, if you do them properly, your life is gonna improve dramatically. That's the biggest thing right now. The world is getting faster and faster every day, actually. It's really nice when we look how much we developed, how much we evolved, technologies and everything. But still, it's always fast paced and the pace is just expanding. And the stress, it's like a threat. And our body is, since we evolved, but we do it really fast. When you look at the evolution part, people are here more than 200,000 years. And that thing, what is happening right now, that the change, how we are doing, how we moving, working, and because now the most part of the work is with the head. And then earlier it was with the body. It's changed so much. And from an evolution perspective, it's still not, that evolution is not so fast. And that stress response, it's something like it's threatening for life. It's some sort of, conditions are uncertain. If that's all the constant, your body starts, to get tired of that. Because the stress or alarm, adrenaline, that's good thing. It's mobilized you for the short term. It's like fight or flight mode. You just fully focused. If you see a lion in front of you in the jungle, your brain is telling, look, think what to do. Freeze, run, fight, I don't know, just we need to do something here. So your stress it's increased. But when you are chronically stressed, that's kind of causing you problems. And the idea is to help people to manage that stress levels, to get some ways how to rest, how to say that, okay, everything is safe around here. I'm safe. I'm really safe. I can get through this. And when you're able to get rest a little bit, I think everybody of you noticed that after vacation or after some sort of, really nice break through everything what you're doing, you kind of come back stronger and refreshed. So it's really necessary and it's really connected. And then your body is really uncertain. It keeps also all this, extra fat layer actually, because it's also like a survival mechanism. If your body doesn't know what is happening right now, the conditions are so uncertain, I'm not going to release that fat because it's my energy. It's my accumulator of energy. If I do not get any food in the next week or two, I can use that, because it's kind of uncertain. But if everything is safe, you can let a little bit down. So stress is actually one of the things which is actually for my clients causing to struggling to release some weight if that's the case.
So now I'm really curious. You have to tell us, what is WildFit? Because you told us about stress management, you told us about how due to stress we retain fat, you told us about your journey and what you study at the university, but what is WildFit?
It's a bit of everything. WildFit is actually a program, a 90-day program, where we change the relationship with food. It's actually to look at the food differently as a source which you need to get nutrients from. Back in the nature when we lived a couple thousand years ago, the only way was to get nutrients is from the around, what this is, what we gather, what we hunt, and that's how we got. And actually all the nature is in that harmony. Any other animal also have some sort of diet ratio which he kind of evolved ability to get nutrients from. So the one thing of WildFit it's to come back to the old thinking and old roots of how our body is getting nutrients from, and in this modern way, in this current environment, try to mimic that and to get more things which is actually our body know how to do with them. Because now it's like a lot of processed food, added sugars, a lot of artificial sweeteners, additives, flavors, textures. You can create whatever you want actually, and most of the thing, a lot of thing actually in the shop shouldn't be considered as food or as a healthy food at all. So the idea is to help people to show the way and to make the change.
So I understand that you still have some dietary guidelines, because you just said that some of the food in the shop shouldn't be considered as food, and this is taking you back kind of like to the evolutionary diet. So is it a meal plan?
No, it's not a meal plan, because there is no calorie counting. There is no things, how much you should eat, how many times you need to do, eat 5 times a day and so on. That's always, everything is up to you. But how it is, it's even the program guidelines it is the same, but the biggest part is also how I am feeling, what's easiest and what's best for me, and to experiment. So the idea is to get into practice, to try it and see how it goes. Because from time to time there is some sort of restriction. Kind of call it the holidays from some things which is kind of additives, addictive things. Something like, for example, added sugar. It is so spread. 60-70% of the whole manufactured process done, like prepared foods, have some sort of added sugar type in it. The reason why is really simple. Back in the nature, sugar was really rare thing. It was in the fruits. It was a little bit in the root vegetables and so on. It was in nature. It is really nice. It's really nice to have, and we need it, but it's rare. And what nature do, what evolution did, if it's needed and if it's really rare, we have a big craving for that. So there it is some sort of, feeling, go and get it. When you have, like right now, on every corner in the bakery shop or some candy shop, you eat one candy and you see, your body through the whole evolution process, this rare thing just came up in our mind, you need to get another one because, I don't know, maybe in the months we don't have anymore and we don't find any, and you start to get another one, and it's so easy to overdo it. So the idea is to listen to your body, and sometimes we also do some sort of holidays from those things just to see the other side. In the end of the challenge, the idea is to identify what's serving you and see how it goes. We do some vacations and do not use products which have added sugars. And they said, okay, yeah, I really like that, croissant or something like that. But after a while, when they tried it, it felt completely different. And your body completely different felt. The taste buds completely different. When you start to notice the sweetness, much stronger actually. So it doesn't need to be so much sugar that you're gonna see the sweetness. A lot of things become too sweet for you, for example. So we just kind of navigating through those feelings. So the biggest part in WildFit is not a meal plan, but how you're feeling about that. How you're feeling what you are eating. And when we're doing some changes, also how you're feeling. And in the most case, behind that, the idea is just to get the good stuff first. And when you have a lot of good stuff first, all the nutrition on the nourishment on your body starts crave less of the junk food, which is just actually designed to send a complete message. Yeah, give more, and from the nutrition perspective.
So it is a behavioral change and kind of helping people to recognize what their body actually needs instead of what they feel like having.
Yeah, pretty much. It's sometimes it's aligned what you feel like it. So we do a lot of exercises, interesting exercises around that. When, for example, you are on the rock bottom, you want some change and you're able to do anything, just tell me what to do. Do I needed to eat buckwheat or I don't know all week? I'll do that. Just water. Okay, just because I need some sort of result. Where I am right now, I'm just want to run away as fast as possible. If you are working from that kind of motivation to run away from what you are currently have, in what place you come back, you're able to do a lot of things to change it. But as soon as things get improving a little bit, you come back to your old habits, which maybe build it up 10 or 20 years. So the really strong thing is to stop, do not change anything, but to observe what you're doing right now and how it's serving you. And we do some sort of really short, small exercises, but really powerful to get a kind of referee inside of your head. And it's like I'm eating it, why I'm eating, how it makes me feel, what's actually is it? Does it change my emotions? Do I feel sad? I don't want to be, or I feel bored or so on. And when you kind of understand that a lot of, sometimes 80 or even more % of the food comes up to your mouth, not because you need some sort of food, but it's other reasons. So when you identify all that, that's changing the game.
Why do they need a coach to change that? And how do you actually support them? If people already know what they're supposed to be eating, like what is it that you do with them as a coach?
I guess one thing is accountability. Another thing is you can do it alone. It's possible to do, but it's really hard. And one of the things is that I guess you all noticed that love for yourself is unconditional. We always forgive ourselves. Doesn't matter. You start, you just silently tell on the Sunday night or on a Friday party, from Monday, I'm going to stop. And with that good intention, you continue your journey through the weekend, as because on Monday you are starting. Then the life kicks in, the Monday. If you are lucky, you pass through till Wednesday. Sometimes it's last only till the Monday noon. Next Monday, and that's okay. And you forgive yourself, and you deal with that. But when you are with the coach, somebody else can look and actually reflect on what's happening in your situations, and to able to give you a different perspective, what's actually happening with you. And what we are talking, it's not like delivering more information. Look, this product, it is like this. No, we don't. But it's like, what is the situation which is like challenging, sabotaging you, and helping to see to them differently. And then you get that new perspective. You start to change it. Oh, yes, result is getting better. Then when you get more good stuff in your body, you have more energy, as you start to see more progress, your body composition starts to change. And that's when start to go through the roof. So
As you support people through this journey, what's the greatest result any of your clients have achieved?
Sometimes I speak in kilograms or in pounds. The main goal when people are getting, like I ask them to say what you are getting out of the thing, first thing. Most likely nobody say kilos. They really like enjoy that progress, but it's like a side effect and energy, what they are getting. And improvement and actually decisions and in self-confidence. One person success stories. So from the quite frequent wine or beer things to challenge for do not just skip alcohol for the whole year, and now I think it's 9 months, something like that, and don't even think about coming back with the minus 20 kilograms and the new belt, because there is no place to do another holes anymore, it's too long.
That's really fantastic. It sounds like you're genuinely changing lives, and I can see the smile on your face and how fulfilling all of this for you. And I can understand why you're so passionate on your videos online and how you could achieve all that recognition with your online videos, because you really do it with passion. What's next for you? Like, where you looking to take your coaching, and what's happening in WildFit for you right now?
WildFit in general, really nice worldwide organization. I'm really happy that it's empowered me as an independent WildFit coach to able to express myself in that way. What I'm thinking of right now is purely online, but I'm living in Canary Island in Tenerife, so I have ideas to make a retreat or to some sort of live event, gather the WildFit or like-minded people in some sort of for a week, to have a really nice holiday with the mountain hiking, with a lot of practices and cooking together, healthy and nice meals in an outside terrace. So that's one of the things. I also like really happy right now that I'm participating also in a worldwide challenge. Twice a year, there is a big group where all the WildFit coaches unite and create the big WildFit challenge. It's something like more than 1,000 people. So I'm one of the support coaches. It's also amazing experience, to coach in the groups with 400 or 500 people. So worldwide challenge is also one of the part. I also became kind of ambassador to the WildFit itself with the food excursions. I do some food detective things, and I have it on my Instagram. It's like going to the shop and like evaluating, well, not literally, but with the multiplying glass that what's actually written in the instruction, how the front line, the marketing sounds, and opposite, where is all the small letters. What is it? Do you understand what's in it? And that kind of awareness is actually really needed, because when you start to be aware, you start to think about it, and then thinking about it, you start to inevitably start to make some changes to the better.
Sounds great. So tell me one more thing. Who is WildFit for?
It will be cliche to say it's for everybody, but it's like for a lot of people. It's for people who want to have more energy in the first place. It doesn't supposed to be for the weight loss. A lot of people I met, my clients who don't have any overweight at all, but they have some sort of, maybe bloating and all, maybe some chronic diseases and so on, which just want to learn how to treat themselves better. It is mainly for people who want to live ambitious life, have a lot of it, and have energy for that, because you're gonna need that. And when you treat yourself, your body well, your body will reward you with tons of energy for everything that you want to do and want to achieve.
That's really wonderful. So, if you need more energy and you want to get in shape, you want to fuel your body with the right kind of nutrition, and you're looking for some guidance, somebody who will keep you accountable, help you with a behavioral change, I think those were the words that you used, then do reach out to Jonas. Now, where can people find you, Jonas?
It's easiest to find me actually on a social medias, everything. So Facebook, Jonas Kalinauskas, WildFit, Instagram. Also, you can reach out through my website, jonaskalinauskas.lt, Lithuanian, so LT letters. There is my name and last name. And or just Google Jonas Kalinauskas WildFit.
So, do you actually coach in English as well?
Yeah, I do.
You do coach in English. So whether you speak Lithuanian or English, Jonas can help you. The links will be in the description below, so you can definitely find Jonas, reach out to him for any advice on food, nutrition, and how to change your relationship with food. Thank you for joining us today, Jonas. It was a pleasure to hearing about your journey, about what you went through to lose weight yourself, and then how you became a nutritional coach from being an electrical engineer, and then even become an online celebrity through your public speaking endeavors. Thank you for joining. And if you enjoyed our conversation with Jonas, please subscribe and look out for our following YouTube videos coming up with different kind of coaches as well. See you soon.
Bye.